buffaloes and bees.
Buffaloes and bees. Buffaloes and bees. Buffaloes and bees.
Corn. Yeah, we're back now.
Oh. They didn't hear that, did they?
Huh?
They didn't hear that, did they?
What, the corn and the buffaloes and bees?
Yeah.
I'm sure they did.
No. No.
Not allowed to hear that.
You gotta warn people when you're about to stream.
It's okay if there's buffaloes and bees.
No.
So, a little bit of progress has been made. I've decided to move the, like, combat square down a bit. Because it's stupid having it, like, way up at the top of the screen. I'll do another run of this in a second here to show what's been changed. I was having a recurring problem of forgetting to get rid of the make Link invisible screen rule, so you had to dodge the fireballs while invisible. Did anyone actually see that, or did that happen? Like after the internet died? Oh, I gotta place the flags again. That's dumb.
Hello.
Fargo. 'Twas the pride of the peaches, huh?
How was your day?
It's alright. How was yours?
Pretty good.
Alright, do I still have all this stuff? So why is this a side warp? That should not be a side warp. It doesn't have dialogue on it, does it? No. Okay, so yeah, before the stream died, I was basically having the problem was I went through the screens to reach this one, and then I had never actually unchecked the invisible Link screen rule, so you had to dodge the fireballs while invisible, so that was pretty good. And so I fixed that, and I still need to actually test it, but I'm just making sure I've got everything set properly. I think we're good. There's probably something that I forgot, so we'll find out what it is through testing. The invisibility was very much not intended. Put your best foot flowered. I don't think I actually set any warps on this screen. No, apparently it copied over. Okay. Okay, so everything other than the first act option is actually set then, and it seems to be working correctly, which is surprising. Do that one more time. I'm a little bit concerned by the fact that you can't see your health when you're dodging the attacks like this. That seems like something worth being able to see. But I have to be very mindful of when I actually allow the subscreen, because if I have it up there, there's an exploit where if you pause the game, the screen will still basically count down for the timed warp. So you could just pause, wait it out, unpause, and then you skip the entire attack phase. So I think that's just going to be something you have to live with. It'll just be extra challenge. But that all worked, so that's good. Can you pull the current health value? No, there's no way to check what the current health value is without scripting. And that is not something I can do in this version. Otherwise, that would be cool. For the tutorial battle, that's not going to be a problem because you're going to be at full health and the fireballs only do like a half heart each. So unless you intentionally go through this phase and get hit, like, I guess you'd have to get hit 6 times, then that would be the only risk of dying, and I don't think that's going to happen. What point in the process do I add stupid secrets no one will ever find? Well, for BA2, that was the very last thing I added. For this game, if I choose to do such a thing, it will also be at the very end. But I have a lot of extra stuff that's I have a lot of very complicated things that I plan on implementing that are already kind of, like, low priority. Like, once I finish with everything else, then I would implement this. And so, like, by the time I get done with all that, I doubt I'll have, like, any motivation to, like, make anything else. So we'll see, but I'm not expecting much. Alright, so I made the message string. This one is the dodge stuff screen. This is the whenever you act, you have to blah, blah, blah. So now we want to have a blank dialogue screen like this. This is the one that says, yeah, you do your best impression. So let's just copy this screen over. Do jig similar to his. Oh, I like how I typed jib instead of jig. Okay. Ooh, in this one I can actually use my different text box that doesn't have the bubble at the end, because this is only a single string. Okay, so you do a jig similar to his, blah, blah, blah. So now he does another attack phase, but this is going to be easier to dodge than the last one was, so I'll only have a couple fireballs. Well, I'll keep it as 4, but let's, see, it starts with 37. I'll have them all be pretty far away, so you have plenty of time to react. This is supposed to be like the easy one. Let me make sure I have these warps set up. Okay, so this one is, here's where you get to pick the option. The tile warp is set, the side warp is not. side warp is going to go to 06. It's so hard to tell what all these screens are. You do your best impression. Battle phase. This is, he tells you a bunch of other bullshit. Which actually this also needs the side warp to 06. Okay, so both of those lead here. This one doesn't have a side warp. It has a tile warp to 07. 07 is the battle phase. Lasts same amount of time. Needs 2 less enemies. This is an Undertale style battle sequence. I'm going to do another test of it in a second here. Basically, it's the concept of getting into like an enemy encounter, and instead of fighting them in the standard like hit them with the sword and other item style, it's you pick dialogue options and you dodge attacks that they throw at you, basically. What does Dehetz mean? What was that for? Oh, I was about to ask what that is. That's right here. These are screen flags, and I don't know what they all stand for, but it's shorthand for the stuff on this. So if it says 0, that means it's not active. So if I wanted to turn on like whistle stairs, then that would be this one. It's basically just a way to quickly check if you have something active on a screen. This one is, I'm going to go ahead and guess, this is boss, invisible, leader, statues shoot fire. Okay, what are these? Okay, the Z is Zora. This is corner traps. This is center traps. This is falling rocks. This is statues shoot fire. This is ringleader. This is enemy carries item. This is dungeon boss. Okay. But yeah, the bottom screen, like that little box at the bottom, is just various info. This one shows what combo you have currently selected. This is stuff you can place on screen. These are flags. This is guy, message string, and room type. These are warps. These are whether or not you have side warps set on the screen, like, and then maze paths, and then this is layers. I like how guy is just the term for it. It's like it's just whenever you have a character on the screen that says something to you. So basically, like the old man in the cave, you set one of these. In almost all cases for this game, I'm probably going to set it as fire, which I have set as invisible, and then just have the text appear, and then just draw the character on the screen manually. You cannot have text on screen without a guy. Can't, please. Okay, so this is this screen. We're getting basically to the end of the process here. I just have a bunch of messages to type up. Let's go ahead and do another test run just to make sure that this works okay. Side warp to 08. So this is going to dump you into a blank screen when it's over. Could I hide a guy behind something and then have a message from it? Yeah, I mean, I could put it behind layers, but having it invisible is easier. Because the sprites it uses for the guys are just pulled from the tile sheet on the first page. You have, like, I think they use CSET 8. Yeah, I think they're just right here. So, like, this is... I guess this tile set replaced them. I think this is like the old man. No, old man's right here. This is, I guess, the old lady. This is the merchant. And then for like the Goria, Moblin, and stuff, it just pulls from the enemy sprites for those. So I think this right here is the fire, and that's why it's invisible, because there's just no tile there. So let's test out the sequence again, just to be sure. I probably don't need to test this, but I figure I will anyway. Part of the reason his dumb kid self thought that 420 was a joke on 42. Ha, alright then. Yeah, the tile set has a lot of stuff from the GB, like the Game Boy Color games. Okay, so... Run. It's like, you can't take ye, Flask. What the fuck? What did I do? Oh boy, okay, what did I just set? I'm glad. Oh boy, alright. What flags do I have on here? That would be why. Okay, so we need to start with 37. So I actually set, I have flags 34, 35, 36, 37 on here. So what it actually did was it placed a four-way moving trap, a left and right moving trap, an up and down moving trap, and a single fire shooter. So I guess the traps... Let me look at that again. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, So what it did was, because I didn't actually set enemy placement flags for 3 of the fire shooters, it just spawned them into the middle of the square, and that's why I was taking damage there. My hubris has simmered down. What the fuck does that mean? I'm placing the attacks manually. Basically, these are just... There's going to be more interesting ones for other enemies later in the game. These I'm just using fire shooters because they're simple. I just have 6 fire shooter enemies placed on the screen, and they appear on the spots that I have the numbered flags on here. So the the order in which they shoot at you and like how frequently they shoot is random, but they always will come from the same places. Go ahead and end and put in these strings then. You might have to protest it on Tumblr. I don't think I have any current plans to include those. There could be a random NPC somewhere, but I didn't explicitly plan for one. Okay. Is there a limit to the number of quantity of screens I can make? Yes, but it's a very high number. I can make 255 screens, and each one of them has 128 screens on it. Or, I can make 128 screens per map and 255 maps. So this is the max number of screens you can have in the game. A pineapple man who happens to be trans. if you want to make that many maps, then you will have to not do that, or split it up into multiple quest files. What was the spelling error? Dahay. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily see a problem with doing that, but it is kind of disingenuous. I think the issue is that people tend to write stories for characters that are similar to them. So if you are white, you're going to mostly write about white people. If you're straight, you're going to mostly write about straight people. And it's probably different coming from a minority group because they have a different life experience, so they're not going to make like everybody gay or whatever. But if you're in the majority, you don't necessarily think about that. And so if you want to naturally include more diverse characters in your work, then that's great. But you shouldn't feel forced to do it. Like, I don't know. This is not going to be released on Steam, but it's going to be released at some point. Possibly. Okay, so for this one, we want to have the act and run options, except they're going to be replacing run with mercy. I mean, yeah, that's pretty obvious that that's my prerogative. I mean, Bictark's already dead. Like, he's not coming back. He is Sir not appearing in this game. So, fun fact, when I first started thinking about making this game, before I had any idea of what the plot was going to be or like anything, I I thought it would be really funny to start it off with like a DK rap type thing where it introduces the characters, and it gets to the part with Big Dark, and it's just like, so he's back again, except he's actually dead. He's not in this game. And then it just kind of like stops for a few seconds, and then it like cuts to the next character. But no, we're not doing that. Then there's Chunky. He's dead. Yeah, pretty much. He's bigger. And then that's it. He's just bigger. Takes a moment to eat a milkshake. Carton. No, I wasn't going to have any other of the strange creatures in this one. I thought about it, but they don't really belong in this. They made a cameo appearance at the end of the last game, and that's about all they're going to get. What is the diameter of Big Dip? I always figured he was like 2.5 feet. So pretty big. Like, considering he's just kind of like a big sphere, that's fairly large. Not like as tall as a person, though. Okay, so what am I doing? I set the message string. Could you punt him? I mean, I guess so. I mean, you're not wrong. Okay, so for this one, yeah, we have the string set. So we're on Act by default, which I think is a side warp. Yeah, Act is a side warp, so that's going to be linking to screen 09, which is going to have the... We already did all that text. And I forgot to put the assholes graphic on here. Is he squishy or hard? I'd say about the consistency of like a cantaloupe. I don't know. This is not something I've put any thought into. Where can you download 1 and 2? Me. It is purezc.net, and you can search for it on here. Okay, hold on. What is the autofill? Sinor card gauge rises suspiciously from a bush. Mega Man, Isle of the Winds, Secret Santa 2015. Kirk being hammy for the camera. Sometimes a small thing is big. Okay. Good. Beanie Baby Collectors, Victor's Adventure, Breath of the Wild Horse Hunting, BS Zelda, Mario World, Super Metroid Arcade. What the fuck are these autocompletes? But yeah, they're right here. The download for the second game that's on PureZC is actually out of date though. I This is like the original one posted back when I first finished the game, and I did a update of it like a year later, and that should be found on YouTube. Type. Yeah, all-in-one download package, so I'll just put the link to that one. Oh, that is Discord, that is not Twitch chat. You have to excuse me because I do a really bad job of remembering who people are and like if they've been around for a long time. But have you seen my videos on my other games or not? Because if you haven't, I would like to warn you about certain things about them. So yeah, this one is going to lead to itself with a side warp. Think. Yeah. How much does he weigh? No one knows the answer to that question. Okay, but yeah, Big Tip's Adventure 1 is kind of shitty. It's playable. Like, it's not really buggy. There's only like one thing in it that I would consider like an actual glitch, but it's not well made because I made it when I was like 14. BA2 is a lot better but has its own share of faults, and this game, if it ever gets made, is hopefully going to be one of the best Zelda Classic quests that was ever made, actually. Because I'm putting a shit ton of effort into this and like going beyond what the program normally allows. So I have very high hopes for this one, but that actually all depends on it getting finished, and yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is where did all that bullshit. So for the last one, I think we just want to have a screen with no options on the bottom. So wait, is this screen actually done? Let me see this. Okay, good pick. The key is to blah, 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 blah. So pick the mercy option. If you select act, he's like, no, asshole. I said to pick the other option. And then if you select act on this screen, it just loops. If you select mercy, it sends you to screen 0A, so that's going to be tile warp, and then yeah, 5% is generous. This is going to wrap up the opening section. So after this section, we have Hyrule Field, then we have a cave, which in itself is going to have a couple sub areas. Then after the cave, you have the forest and the village in the forest, and then you have level 1, which is a very long multi-part level. Then you have optional sections that you can reach after completing level 1, and that will be about a quarter of the game. So have I played Battle for Bikini Bottom? No, I have not. I always hear that one's pretty good. I've never really played any games based off of SpongeBob or like other cartoons though. It might actually. I actually realized that I should totally do that, like, a couple weeks ago, early on in the part where you go into the cave in Hyrule Field. I'm kind of wanting to have a sequence where Mr. Appearances comes down and is like, well, like, you found the cave, there'll be something in there for you. And then Bargo's like, gee, it's kind of dark. And he's like, oh, did you bring a light? And he's like, no. And Mr. Appearances is like, well, maybe a Koopa will lend us his if you persuade him. And then you go in the cave and you actually fight a Koopa to get the candle. That would be fucking amazing. But I don't know if I'll actually do that, but I totally should. Will the Hotel Mario face actually show up, though? If I do that, then I'll probably do at least, like, a callback to it. There's a naked Koopa driving a car. No, I can't say I've noticed that. It does look really good. I need to look at the trailer again. So, this line right here, where Bargo is complaining that things are taking too long, is specifically a callback to the fact that I started working on this game January 25th of last year, and so it's been a year, and we're still in the opening town. So, it's kind of like the Dragon Ball Z abridged, like, hey Gohan, I just realized we're still in Namek. I feel like we've been here for like a freaking year. I can't really do the Krillin voice, but I tried. I actually kind of wanted to see how well I could recreate BA2 in Mario Maker, but I did not go through with it. This is the pool of water screen, right? Yes, okay. Alright, what screen is this going to send you to? It's 45. Wait, no, it's 40. I think that's a 42. No, that's a 43. God, I hate relative coordinates with warping. It's freaking annoying to figure out. And this should be a wave FX, I believe. Okay, I think this section might actually be done. I just need to test it. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot. I want to give the player the arrows here. So... Actually want to throw the layers a little higher on this one. So this will be 5, 7F, 5, 6F. So I can get rid of these other ones. So now you can't see the arrows. Should also have a heal at some point, actually. Yeah, let's hold on. I changed my mind. Hold on, I've changed my mind. We're gonna make another screen. I think this is just going to be a totally blank one. Well, I can copy the, I can copy at least the basic one of these. Yeah, just... no, that would be pretty gross. I don't think I'd want to do that. It's not Ariana Black. Okay, what's the fairy flag? Actually, hold on. Let's make this more centered because the fairy's going to have the circle of hearts, so that'll be better if it's like that. Why am I... What the fuck am I doing? Okay, hold on. I want this to just be a template. So it doesn't need any of this stuff. Put it up here. Then get rid of the flag. Get rid of the item. Placement can stay, I guess. So yeah, actually... No, you know what? I had it right the first time. Because I'm going to be using this every time you finish one. The item will be different. But, otherwise, this will be reused. Okay, so let's make solid walls. And... make one of these a swim warp, I guess. I could use layers for this, and I probably should. But this is fine. Actually, let's just make all of these solid. It's easier. Okay, so the question is, will you be able to... Let me change this to not be arrows, actually. I'm going to make this one a heart piece. And then I'll change it back to an arrow over here. Okay, so the goal of this screen is... You get done with the fight, and he's like, you can have arrows and you get a free heal. So you get to here, you appear in the center of the screen, pick up the arrows, you're also standing on a tile that heals you, and then when you move in any direction, you warp out of it. So this should be a tile warp to 43. I warp with zap effects. No, with wave effects. This one goes to 0B. It's to warp. Okay, so what was being said about this now? No, I've not seen that. Like, I saw the first Frozen, but, like, it was okay, but it wasn't anything that I really cared about that much. I've seen the Will Smith genie, but I don't remember it actually being that bad. I'd have to look at it again, though. Okay, so the question is, can I pick up this arrow and get the heal at the same time without swim warping out? And we're about to find out. Until I find out that I forgot to set a warp somewhere and I have to go back and fix it. Because that's very likely to happen. I think I forgot to link a string there. That's fine. I liked Wreck-It Ralph too. I don't know if it was... Oh, I think I'm dead again. Oh, am I back already? There is a piece of cheese inside of a piece of cheese. Well, am I back or not? I can't tell. But I am back? Okay. Yeah, I mean, you didn't miss anything, just... I didn't link a string together properly. God forbid that. So otherwise this should be fine. So if I picked act, he's gonna be like, no, no. just have him do this forever. What? I just didn't put the message string on? What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Nope, I didn't. Okay, so this one's supposed to be like, there we go, blah, 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 blah. Do you have any questions? Bargo's like, God, no, I want to leave. Now I move in any direction. Pardon me? Okay, why did that reset? What did I do? There shouldn't have even been a warp to that in here. Tile warp to 43. Wave FX. Oh, do I have a... That's why. Okay. No, the strings are okay. I just forgot to set them on this screen. I shouldn't even have a side warp set on this one, honestly. Okay. Which means I also want to get rid of it on the sample screen. Get rid of the timed warp. I have never made that connection before, and now it's ruined forever. Thanks. Oh my god. Alright, let's test this again. But no, a tick is 1/60th of a second. So a timed warp tick is, you set how many ticks it takes before it automatically warps you off the screen. That's how the section where you dodge the fireballs is set up. It waits 5 seconds, or I think I set it to 4. It waits 4 seconds and then warps you off. Okay, that might have worked. I don't know if it actually healed me, though. So, now we've got to test that. I've got to take a bunch of intentional damage, and then see if I heal afterwards. I'm just checking the other options again to make sure that they work normally. Did not heal me. Okay. That's alright, that's easy enough to fix. I'll just make all of these heal spots. It doesn't need a fairy on screen for that to work, does it? It shouldn't. Anyway, I'm gonna actually set a shortcut here, so let's have this warp to 0A. Just so I don't have to go through all that garbage again. And then I'll change it back. Is this the hand it over the dryer lint screen? No, where is that one? There it is. And I can't hurt myself with bombs. Okay. Good. Okay, so the heal isn't working. And I need to figure out why. I guess it's because I'm warping before I'm hitting it. I'm trying to think of a better way to set that up without using multiple screens. I don't think I need the fairy, but I should test for that. So let me check this. You do not need a fairy. It's just it's warping you off before it's going into effect. Okay, so how do I want to do that then? I don't like to have sections where you basically have to walk, like, more than a tile away to trigger a warp. Like, I usually, for those kinds of things, like the... Where's the example? Yeah, for this one, it's like, you basically spawn in the middle of 4 swim warps, and if you move, like, even a half tile in any direction, it warps you out. I would like it to do that, but I don't know if I can have it do that without you, like, while also activating the heal. I know there was an episode of SpongeBob that mostly focused on Pearl, but that's good that they're trying to change things up a bit. Wait, didn't I... Okay, that might be part of it. So these are all fairies. I might have to come back and change this anyway, but, hold on. This is... Those are all swim warps. Yeah. So let me try putting the warps on, or the fairy spots on this one again, because it apparently I didn't do that last time. Okay, I think that might have worked. Except now I... Why am I not warping? What happened? What the fuck happened? Why is it not working now? Is the fairy flag really incompatible with the swim warp? That's really dumb. Like, I guess they don't have to be swim warps. They could just be stairs. Yeah, you know what? Let's just make them stairs. See if that fixes it. No, I didn't delete a warp tile. The fairy tile isn't actually a tile, it's a flag, which is just an attribute that you apply to the tile. So right now, these are all stairs. This should work. Guess we'll find out. Alright, I want to damage myself first. That was a potion. That was the opposite of damaging myself. Okay, I think I heard a heal noise. It's still not warping me, though. Okay, it healed me, but it's not warping now. Is the fairy flag actually disabling the stairs? That's bizarre. That shouldn't be happening. Let's try it like this. And the warp is set, right? Like, this is a stairs warp. Yeah, it says stairs. There's a tile warp. Yeah, I warp with the wave effects to Mabon 43. That should be fine. God, this is weird. Okay. That worked. I don't know why... I saw the... I think I saw the arrow sprite for like half a second there, too. So I should probably layer this screen over itself. It didn't display the healing hearts, which is kind of weird, unless it did and I just didn't notice. But, that's fine. I don't think that really matters. I do want to test one more thing, because that was with me being kind of, like, careful and deliberate. I want to make sure that it works even if you're just holding a direction the whole time. My goal with any of these sections where basically the player is invisible and you have to just kind of, like, wiggle around to reach the next screen. Any cases where I can make it so you don't have to move is preferable. But, if you absolutely need to, I like it to work in any of the 4 directions, and whether you're holding it or, like, tapping slowly. Like, I want it to basically activate in any circumstances. So, I'm just gonna basically hold a direction the entire time I get into this and see if it still works. Okay. I healed, and I got arrows. I think this is okay. Let me test it one more time. I'm gonna hold down. I should probably test for down and up, actually. I know this is absolutely thrilling. Good. Okay, I'm gonna hold down this time. Okay, I heard heal. Okay. We're gonna test up, and then I think I'm good. I might do a little bit more testing off screen, but I think I'm basically done streaming this for today. I'll go ahead and do, like, a full run from the beginning just to show everything that's been made up to this point. Because this is a turning point. We finally left the village. Which means next thing I need to do is make a gigantic field. So I'll see in a year when that's done. It took me far too long to make the stupid village, so I kind of expect it to take a long time to make the field too, but at least I don't have to put together a bunch of buildings and, like, rooftops and shit. Up did not heal me. This game is really weird. Okay. Up did not heal me. Why is that? I have no idea. I guess I could just make it so up isn't an option. I could also make these wiggly conveyors. Wiggly conveyors are fun. Where basically it's a conveyor belt that rapidly flickers, but it's a tile that rapidly flickers between a conveyor belt and stairs, so that it, the intention behind that is so that it automatically warps you without you having to do anything, but with how fiddly this healing thing is, I don't think I want to bother with that. Yeah, dying. I'm not sure yet. So yeah, if you're standing on it and then... Let's see, let me do this. And then... I can almost... I'm almost positive I know what this is going to do. I'm going to test this, holding up. I'm going to heal, but then I'm not going to warp. It's like, it's guaranteed. I still love that bit where you just turn invisible for a second. It's good. Okay, holding up. Yup. You heal, but you don't warp. It is exactly as I predicted. And you know how we're going to fix that? It's going to be a very, very elegant solution. We're going to put another staircase above the heal. So if you hold any direction other than up, you heal and then you warp. If you hold up, you heal, and then after another half a second, you warp. Unless you decide to hold a different direction while healing, in which case, fuck you, but you should warp anyway because you're still hitting a staircase. Very, very stupid. Also, I don't get why the hearts aren't showing up. Is it because I'm invisible? I want to test that now. Yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind. It'll save a couple frames in the speedrun. Okay. I'm gonna not hold any direction this time. I'm gonna tap out of this one and then be perfectly still. Okay. That was the item collection sound. There's the heal. There's the warp. So the heal... The hearts are tied to Link's visibility. Huh. So that means... Will they be covered up if I layer this screen over itself on layer 3? Or 4? I'm going to do 4. Actually, I'm going to do 3. So, 50B. And we have a crash, ladies and gentlemen. It's our first crash today. Well, it crashed before I started streaming, but it's our first crash in the stream. This is why I save frequently. Not a big deal. Okay. Layering 50B over itself. What? Oh, wait. This grid is transparent. That's not going to matter. Okay, new plan. Layering 50B over, was it 200? Is 200 my solid? Yeah, 200 is my solid black. Okay, so it's regular layer, then solid black, then top layer. I'm gonna keep Link visible. The hearts are probably going to be covered by the layers, but I don't know for sure. Because I'd like the hearts to be visible to indicate that you're healing. Actually, let me make sure this saved. I don't remember if I did. I don't think I need to damage myself that much, but whatever. Good. God, that screen is buggy as hell. I don't know a better way to make it, though. That screen's actually worse than the healing screen, but whatever. Okay. So this time I shouldn't be able to see Bargo, but I might be able to see the hearts. No. Okay. That's fine. That I don't really give a shit. Okay, so let's transfer that over to this one. Because we want the item to not be visible, so we'll do... We're gonna layer a 200 and itself, which is a 575. Yeah, it works. Everything should be fine. Let me set the correct warp from the Goria feeding screen, which is going to be 00. Alright, let's do a full run, and then I think we're going to be good. I'm going to call this one field because it'll be, well, now let's just do, like... I've been very thorough with making alternate saves, so, like, I have these all ready to go, basically. Yeah, you know, I don't even need to make a new one. Let's just... Ah, please. Okay, empty file. I don't know why any of this would have changed, but I'm just making sure that nothing fucked up. This is the intro to Super Metroid. Oh, something fucked. What the hell happened there? It's always something new. Okay, hold on. What was that? Side warp to 0F. Side warp to 7E. Side warp to 7D. Are these supposed to be solid? Those shouldn't be solid. Wait. I still don't get why it fucked up, but... Oh, wait, no, yeah, these are supposed to be solid, because... Yeah, you don't move during these. This is a side warp to 7C. This is the one where you... Is this the one with the ring? No. Are you visible on the screen? Yes. I don't know where it messed up. That's the problem. Like, I don't know what screen caused whatever the fuck that was. Hold on, maybe I can find out. And this time it works perfectly fine. Okay, I need to sit through the whole thing again. I need to figure out exactly where it's going bad. The thing is, I don't remember if I was holding a direction to cause that, or what was going on. And I really don't want to have to sit through the entire intro 4 times, holding a different direction each time. Like, maybe off screen I can, but I'm just gonna hold down. Yeah, it showed the water tiles. That was weird. Oh, well, no. It showed the water tiles because it was going into the cave warp, and that, like, messes with layers. The problem is, it shouldn't have ever been going into the cave warp. So... I don't know if I need to hold a direction for that to happen or not. I don't know how to do that, actually, but that might not hurt for testing, yeah. I'm just gonna not even hold a direction at all, and see if it does anything. And then I'll just, off-screen, I'll go through all these, like, cutscene sections and make sure there's no weird, unsigned cave/item room warps in them, because that's what that was. Is because when I went into the cave and then went back out, it progressed through the cutscene as if nothing was wrong. So it instead of doing the insta warp that it was supposed to, it did the cave item room warp, which sends you to screen 80. And I don't know why. Because it's never done that before, and I am reasonably certain I've not changed anything with these screens. It's working fine now. I'm gonna have to review that footage, because that was weird. Probably should have made that on the big screen, but that's fine. I like the great view of Tet. Yeah. It was a throwaway gag that I made during a Mario World stream from a couple years ago, where I just said, like, next, like, I'll be like, tomorrow I'll start my LP of Big Dip's Adventure 3 starring Mr. Appearances, or something like that. And it was just a name that I came up with, like, on the fly. And I'm like, well, I gotta stick with it now. What would that include? In addition to the cut of your jib, I liked the sound of your town. Murfreesboro. Okay. Other than the fact that you can apparently fuck up the intro horribly, that seemed to work properly. I didn't check every single possible, like, dialogue tree. And there's, like, I can still read the, there's, like, signs and stuff. Unnecessary timing. You know, when I'm speeding through these, I swear some of these aren't centered properly, which annoys me because I usually go through a pretty good amount of effort to verify that they are. But yeah, I'll do some more testing later on. I gotta figure out what happened in that intro, but otherwise I think we are pretty good here. Everything that possibly could be encountered before leaving the town has been dealt with, and the next time I leave this town, it will not randomly lead into a poorly colored house interior. I've not read the novelization, no. And I don't know if we're doing Wind Waker. I will find out in a minute. But I am definitely done with this for now. Once again, thank you for watching all of the bullshit. I am glad that we're finally through that. And I don't know if I'm going to work on this anymore in the next couple days, but I will always announce if I do.